don't miss out on any of our new videos. Now, let's get into today's comparison video, Yukon, Oklahoma versus Edmond, Oklahoma. And the goal of today's video is help you solidify and make a more informed decision when it comes to the city that you're going to be moving to. Okay, there we go. So first, we want to talk about population density. It matters, right? Like how many parking spots are open at the grocery store, how busy and how overwhelmed the teachers might be in the high schools, et cetera, et cetera. The police force, the fire department, the city services, et cetera, et cetera. Population matters. Yukon, Oklahoma has about a quarter, or maybe a little more than a quarter. I wouldn't say a third, but at least a quarter of the population that Edmond, Oklahoma has. And you want to keep that in mind because, like I said, when it comes to parking lots at the Lowe's, the Home Depot, the Sprouts, the Crest, the Walmart, those parking lots, the more populated an area is, typically, the further you're going to have to walk when you park. Am I right? Thumbs up. Thumbs up if that makes sense. When it comes to high schools, when it comes to teacher ratios for your students, that population also matters, guys. These are things that matter. When it comes to city services, like the police, like the fire, like utilities, like code enforcement, it matters. So keep in mind when you're comparing the two on population, Edmond currently has about 95,000 to 100,000. I think it's the fourth largest city in the state. And then the Yukon has about 24,000, 26,000 based off of these two examples that I'm showing you here on the screen. So thumbs up if that makes sense. Thumbs up if that matters to you. Comment down below if it's stupid. Okay. Be sure to comment down below if it's stupid and you think it's dumb that I'm even mentioning that on today's video. Next thing I want to chat with you about fire departments. Okay. Why do I care about fire departments? In case you have a fire, duh. So Edmond, Oklahoma, it's looking like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now Edmond's about half the population of the Edmond mailing address is Oklahoma City Utilities. So keep that in mind too. So even though Edmond, Oklahoma has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fire stations compared to Yukon's 2 fire stations. The Yukon is covering less people. I've lost my train of thought here. The main thing I want to point out is Yukon and Edmond both are covered a portion of by Oklahoma City fire stations. And that's because Oklahoma City back in, I think, the 60s or 70s did a giant land grab and annexed tons of acreages back then. The good thing about that is almost all of Oklahoma County has paved roads. Good thing about that. And Oklahoma City actually goes into 5 different counties. So Edmond and Yukon have proportional fire departments, fire stations. So the closer you live to a fire station, the more quickly that you'll have responses in case of an emergency. All right, groceries. They're really important, right? Thumbs up. Thumbs up if groceries are important. They're important to me. One of my children, they have a gluten intolerance. So we have to go to Sprouts for a majority of our groceries. And of course we use Kroger's delivery too, Kroger's and Sprouts. But they both, for the population density, they both have about the same amount of available grocery stores. Now, Edmond does have an uptown grocery, and I do not believe that Yukon has had an uptown grocery come into it yet, but both of them have Aldi's, both of them have Sprouts, and they both have Crests, and they both have Super Walmarts, and they both have neighborhood Walmarts. So both of them are covered pretty densely or spread out in a way that it's easy to go to the grocery store, because in Edmond and Yukon, in less than 10 minutes, you can get exactly to where you need to be. Unless you're talking like the airport, we're going to go over that in a second, or you're talking about the state capital, Of course, the state capital is not located in any of those cities, but we're going to go over that in a second. But your main commodity needs, your main human needs, as far as groceries, fire department, police stations, etc., they're all located pretty easily within about 10 minutes. So thumbs up if that was helpful. Thumbs up if that was helpful. What about recreation? Let's talk about recreation. Absolutely, let's talk about it. So movie theaters, I don't think the Icon Cinema is open yet in Edmond. It's the new theater, or the refurbished theater over off of Danforth and Bryant. But Edmond does have a Showbiz Cinema. It does have a Showbiz Cinema, and not only does it do movies, it also does the laser tag, the bowling, the arcade, etc., etc. So check out Showbiz Pizza in Edmond, Oklahoma. And then over in Yukon, Oklahoma, you have AMC West Point 8. AMC West Point 8. It's a great theater. It's one of those theaters, I believe, double check, call and double check, but it's a little, 1 second. Woo! Had to yawn. Sorry about that. For those audio listeners, sorry about that. The AMC West Endpoint 8, guys, it is one of the less expensive theaters, meaning you're not going to have to, work a whole day's worth of work just to be able to go to the theater. So check them both out. You guys might like one over the other. And then the theater that's located at Quail Springs Mall, for all of those people watching the video who be sure to comment on all the things that I say wrong. Guys, that's actually located in Oklahoma City, I think. I think that one's located in Oklahoma City. So that's why I'm not pointing it out on the Edmond side of things, okay? Side note for that one. All right, moving right along. Talking about parks, City of Yukon has a ton of parks, guys. Ton of parks. There is the map. I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16 in Yukon proper. 16 in Yukon proper. Tons of parks people can play with. Check out Boot Hill and the community center. Definitely check those out for a really fun walking trail, and of course the community center. And the city of Edmond, I'm gonna have to give it to the city of Edmond when it comes to parks, just because I just like their parks, guys. I just really do. Hafer Park is amazing. Mitch Park is amazing. You can now walk from the Super Walmart all the way to Arcadia and all along the north boundary of Arcadia. Giant long walking park. Edmond definitely has some winners when it comes to the parks, but at the same time too, it does have a higher population density. So if you want less crowded parks, then yeah, Yukon's going to be your choice. But if you want more, God, I can't even think of a word that I'm trying to come up with. But if you want more types of parks, Edmond has Yukon beat when it comes to that. I'm going to just be straight up about that right there. So thumbs up on parks. Any questions so far, guys? Any questions? No questions. And then let me jump over here. When it comes to commuting from Edmond, Oklahoma to Will Rogers Airport, if you're a regional director, a regional VP, regional manager, and you need to take a lot of flights out of town, it takes you 27 minutes to get from Edmond. Whew, sorry, those audible listeners. I really should have drank some coffee before I went live today. But it takes you about 27 minutes to get from Edmond, the center of Edmond, over to Will Rogers Airport, where Yukon has it beat easily. To get from the center of Yukon over to Will Rogers Airport only takes you 18 minutes. So that's a huge difference right there, guys. That's almost a 10-minute difference. 10 minutes twice, 4 times twice a week is 40 minutes, 50 hours basically per year, 50 hours basically per year in the commute time. And then everyone's biggest thing that really blows them away that I wanted to show you guys today on today's video is housing. The difference in housing when it comes to your typical 3-bed, 2-bath, 3-car garage plus 3-bed, 2-bath, 3-car garage plus houses. Well, I don't even have the garage selected on here. But when it comes to comparing the median home price in Edmond compared to the median home price in Yukon. This is where Yukon really shines, guys. Yukon's median home price currently at the time of this video on a 12-month rolling average over the entire timeline for this graph is only $270,000, guys. $270,000. Whereas Edmond's median home price is $360,000. That's crazy, guys. That's a crazy difference. Here's the thing, too, to think about. Looking at this graph, guys, both Edmond and Yukon's market has appreciated over the last 12 months, rolling average 12 months, 14% rate. 14% rate. That's pretty crazy. That's pretty crazy. Now, of course, you guys know that was because of the crazy real estate market that we had. It'd be interesting to see what these numbers say next year, what the appreciation rate is. But when you're looking at an Edmond home, when you're looking at a Yukon home, when you're comparing Edmond to Yukon across the board, because of the population density and the tax base of those additional citizens, Edmond does have more grocery shopping. Edmond does have more parks. Edmond does have more everything, just because it's 4 times the population almost of Yukon, Oklahoma. But here's the thing. It has more of everything. If you want less of everything, then Yukon might be where you want to look at. And we've found that our customers that are relocating here, moving within Oklahoma and the Oklahoma City metro area, it's about 50-50. Some people want less population. Some people want less amenities. Some people want less stuff. But for the population density, it's kind of the same. When it comes to home prices, there's almost a $90,000 difference when you're talking about the median home in Edmond compared to the median home in Yukon. And that really, really blew me away, because I don't think the disparity was that great before the last 2 years happened. All right, that is my updated Yukon, Oklahoma versus Edmond, Oklahoma video. I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I hope that my internet is working decently so that the audio is not trailing the video too much. But guys, as always, when you're relocating to, moving to, or moving within Oklahoma City, in the Oklahoma City metro area, whether that's Oklahoma City, Yukon, Edmond, Piedmont, Choctaw, Hera, Norman, Moore, Guthrie, etc., give the agents and I a call at eXp Realty. We're here for all your real estate needs. On the audio, guys watching it on the podcast, gals watching it on the podcast, that number is 405-454-7853. 405-454-7853. If you enjoyed today's video, check out some of our other playlists on Oklahoma City, on Yukon, on Edmond. Check out those playlists. I have over 10 years of this channel put together, but it didn't get really good till about 2.5 years ago. And I swear that I promise you, it didn't get really good till about 2.5 years ago. So once you watch a video past 2.5 years, you're just watching some boring video of me doing something that's boring. I wasn't being as informative and providing the right consumer content that you're looking for, and the reason you landed on this channel. Consider subscribing to the channel, hitting the notification bell, and hit that thumbs up if you liked the video. If you know anyone else who's relocating to Yukon, Oklahoma, Edmond, Oklahoma, the Oklahoma City metro area, share this video with them. They might find it nice too. And guys, I'll see you on the next video.